It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, yes, Mzansi, welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And let's get the show on the road. How? By bringing in an elite athlete. Yes, we got the Swissman Extreme Triathlon, which is one of the toughest endurance events in the world, and it covers a full Ironman distance, right? Now, we've got a 3.8-kilometer swim in a lake. There's a bike leg that goes over 3 Swiss alpine passes and takes 11 hours, while the run has an elevation of 2,000 meters. That's 2 kilometers and is 42.2 kilometers long. Now, this is insane. And the man who's attempting this, his name is Stephen Hall, and he's one of only 250 athletes taking part, and he's the only South African in the race. This is insane stuff. Now, his aim is not only to complete the race, but also raise funds for the Children's Hospital Trust. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for this legend right here. Yeah. Whoa, man. Are you mad?
Yeah.
How you doing, bro, firstly?
Yeah, lekker, man. So, certainly not an elite athlete. I'm just a regular Joe, but the mad part, probably. Yeah.
Okay, a regular Joe that is then clearly doing the most. Look, you've done incredible things already. I see you've done an Ironman, you've done Comrades, which is insane, and it's taxing on the body. This is on a complete other level to that, man. This is like all of that combined into one on one day. Why would you do this?
That's a good question. I mean, it's always been a bucket list.
Yeah.
I've got some mates who live in Switzerland that I grew up with, and so I always thought it was a cool idea. But yeah, I mean, I'm doing this for more than myself, and you know, to raise some funds for a really good cause.
Yeah.
And yeah, test myself and push my limits as well.
So let's get into the cause first before we even speak about the race, because that's something that's important to everybody. You're taking on an incredible cause here, and a massive cause at that. What is it exactly, and why choose this as your medium to express and even raise funds at the same time?
So about 8 years ago, my mother passed away. After spending about 100 days in a hospital in the UK. She was hooked up to a whole lot of life support machines and had great care there. And it didn't cost us a cent. And so I felt that I needed to kind of pay it forward.
Pay it forward, yeah.
And yeah, I just came across an organization within the Children's Hospital Trust then called the Breathe Easy program that helped kids with tracheostomies. And so I didn't know how to make a difference. And, you know, I do a bit of sport and thought, well, that's a great medium to pay it forward.
Now you're not just doing a bit of sport, you're doing like 3 sports in one in the most insane ways possible. Yeah. On top of that, man, I think you're doing something even bigger than just supporting that incredible cause, but you proving and inspiring to people that, like you mentioned, you're not necessarily an elite athlete, but what you're doing with your body is insane. Putting yourself through these obstacles and challenges, and on top of that, I believe when you entered this race, you had a massive knee injury on top of that too. What happened there, and how on earth you come back from that?
Yeah, so I mean, it probably wasn't the most ideal start.
Yeah.
2 days before I had to pay the entry, I went in for a knee op. I tore some ligaments in the knee playing squash, and probably the worst time. I mean, I was overweight, unfit, and injured. Some might say it's the worst time. Others might say it's the best time. You know, I think the universe offered me a challenge, and challenge was accepted.
Put you back to ground zero. We're going to start from scratch here. So obviously ACL, MCL, those ligaments take weeks to recover, forcing you to get that mental strength to work in conjunction with the body. How's the journey been so far, man?
It's been interesting. So, you know, I'm working with some good professionals, biokinetists and coaches that have helped with the sort of rehab and to try to get me strong, because I couldn't run until about a month, about 5 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So, you know, I spent a lot of time in the gym just trying to strengthen and condition those muscles as if I was running.
Yes.
So, yeah, that's been a bit of a challenge. Like, mentally, it just doesn't feel right. But, yeah, we're there. We hope.
We're there, we hope, man. It's going to be absolutely incredible. I want to talk about some of the crazy stats behind this, and not just the mileage that you do, but also the fact that maybe leading up to this race, you're going to lose a lot of weight, and during the race as well. And imagine the amount of liquid that you lose competing for so long, the training that you're doing. I mean, it's one thing training for like cycling. You're doing all 3 at this level. How does that impact the body? How does the weight fluctuate? How are you eating, maintaining that macro balance when you've got to put all those calories back in? Talk to me numbers like that. How does that work?
Yeah, so that's a bit of a challenge.
Yeah.
So I've got this thing, it was a WhatsApp group started between the 2 coaches and myself when I wanted to enter. And we made a joke, and we called it Fat Man to Swiss Man. So, and we've actually made an Instagram handle of that as well, just to document this journey. I weighed 17 kilograms heavier than I was in December.
Oh, wow.
And my coach and the biokinetist sort of obviously got me into a program. Vanna made me track all my macros, and just, I could eat whatever I wanted to, but I had to kind of stay within a certain sort of macro. And the weight came off, not so much from the training, but from the kitchen.
Yes.
And then, we got to a point now where I can't, because just my nutrition on a long ride on Saturday is kind of like my daily intake. So we're hoping the sports side's picking up for that. But it's intense. So.
Dude, you are amazing. You're absolutely incredible. And I wish you nothing but the best of luck as you take this journey on. And we'll be supporting you along the way. You guys can obviously reach out to him. And you can see how you could also be inspired if you are a fat man or woman that wants to change that, as he mentioned. Then this is obviously your opportunity. I love that cliche. I love that heading. I love that title. I think it's something that can inspire people. Not literally in the sense, but I think we all feel like we have something more we can do. And you're proving how easy that is, dude. Not easy, but possible at least.
It's possible.
Thank you for that. And I believe you're going to be going through something a little bit special in terms of getting us in the zone right now. Yeah,
absolutely.
Okay, well, Zanzi, don't go anywhere. The man himself is going to be taking us through another level, another journey. And I hope you enjoy this one. Take it away.